What's up, my name's Alex Majewski, also known as JSky, and in this video I'm going to be talking about was emo rap the grunge of the 2000s. Every generation has a scene that is full of misfits, not the band, but a group of people who exist in a world that is a little darker than most. Fueled by drugs, noisy music that their parents just don't understand. In the 90s, this was grunge, a genre that was the opposite of the then popular hair metal. Instead of long teased hair, bright flashy colors, fast cars, and guitar solos, you had power chords, low growling vocals, dirty flannel shirts, and lyrical content that was more about depression and loss than the party. Emo rap was more forthcoming in the reality of its culture's lifestyle. Hair metal only showcased the highlights and the good times, while emo rap was a lot more transparent and just keeping it real. Although the genre was short-lived, its impact has carried on into the present day. So let me know your thoughts in the comments as I move through the video. I've noticed this trend happen every 15 or 20 years. The 60s corny, 70s amazing, 80s cheese. Early 90s corny, late 90s to early 2000s amazing, mid 2010s cheese. Whack, happy, sad, whack, cheese, bipolar, just kidding. Similar to the 80s, 90s grunge was the response. Although grunge was short-lived after the death of Kurt Cobain, it was the start of some of the most authentic music since the 70s, with bands and artists like Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, and Crosby, Stills and Nash. Following grunge, we had so much amazing music from pop to hip-hop like Dr. Dre's The Chronic, Goo Goo Dolls, Dizzy Up the Girl, bands like Radiohead and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. The list could go on and on. There was just so much good music at this time. With so much happening in the world, we would start to see genres and people coming together from all walks of life, which is when nu metal was born. This blended metal, hip hop, and pop music in the pop culture space. Although nu metal is very in now, it was looked at in its heyday as corny shit that was for greasy, trashy festival fucks. So how does all of this have anything to do with emo rap? In the mid 2000s, say 2010 to 15, popular music was on a major decline. Everyone was copying everyone, and it felt like the best years were behind us. Pop punk was on its way out. Pop music that used to have influence from real instrumentation and groove jumped ship and lost the battle to Four on the Floor. It seemed like everyone wanted to make generic Calvin Harris or Avicii sounding music. I'm not saying there weren't a handful of gems during this time, but the heart and soul of what made many of these artists shine in the first place was lost, losing to quantization, synths, and autotune. Just to make it clear, I do think autotune could be used tastefully and could be dope as fuck, but as a generalization of what was bad during this time, the things I just mentioned was really a huge part of the problem. In the 2010s, the artist Bones started dropping music. Slowly but surely, his dark variation on trap music that was influenced by metal and rock caught steam, and little by little you would see more and more music uploaded onto SoundCloud like this. Artists like Wiccaface, Cold Heart, Horsehead, and Lil Peep involved in collectives such as Trax House and Goth Boy Clique. As its popularity grew, you would hear more variations on the music blossom in other states and areas around the world. For me, this genre was extremely refreshing, and it offered a new perspective into some of my favorite genres, including metal, hip-hop, trap, and pop punk. It was connecting to so much of the youth, not only because of the amazing music that was being created, but because of the relatability that it offered. And every sector of the scene had its own characteristics. And this was so fucking exciting. Often addressing mental illness, drug abuse, loneliness, depression, similar to the way that grunge was, and the shock factor that was involved. These artists talked about doing perk, Xanax, and sipping lean on the regular, having face tattoos, and showing clear signs of addiction and mental instability. This was being glorified, and ultimately it led to its massive self-destruction. Similar to what happened to grunge, the biggest artist in the genre passed away, and it led to the downfall of the genre emo rap. Although its legacy will forever live on, the records that were created during this time period has altered and shifted pop music as we know it. Fashion and culture, it will just like never be the same. You see like Kylie Jenner wearing fucking black metal goth tees, and Post Malone and all of these popular artists these days are just infusing sounds that you would hear from X and Peep and Juice and Bones, and it's just all over the place. Even A$AP Rocky doing that collaboration with Bones on Canal Street. One of the biggest takeaways here is that it's brought awareness to just so many world issues that we're having with mental illness, drug addiction, and for years this shit was just being buried and hidden with club culture and just saying that everything's gonna be okay, and we're just ignoring people that were literally becoming drug addicts due to just like existing in that culture. And then you have another genre coming out of the fucking woods and just being blatantly honest with life, for better or for worse. And it ultimately did have a lot of downside, but there is some positivity as well. Although it's so sad to see such an amazing time of music pass, it's all part of the cycle of music and life. This one's for emo rap. This one's for all of the people and artists that we lost, all of the families that lost loved ones, and just bringing attention and awareness to mental health, drug addiction, and just all kinds of problems that are a result of this lifestyle. I'm not saying it's bad to have face tattoos. I'm not saying it's bad to make songs about drugs or to be honest. But what I am saying is just be careful. If you have friends or you need help yourself, fucking buddy up, call someone, figure it out, just make it happen and do the best you can. I know life is not always easy, and that is clear when you listen to music like grunge or emo rap or a whole bunch of other genres also. One of my favorite things about emo rap is how raw and authentic it is. It pulls from genres from the past that were some of my favorites, such as trap, metal, hip hop, emo, pop punk, whatever. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on emo rap. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know some artists I may have left out and any pivotal moments that you think are worth mentioning that maybe I'll bring up in a future video. My name's Alex Majewski, also known as JSky. I appreciate you guys for tuning into the video. I make them weekly. Please subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, and do you believe that emo rap was the grunge of the 2000s? Peace.